Alright, I would do folks your bull Marcus 1205 numbers after the name of a little Call of Duty right here, you know what I'm saying, a little Modern Warfare beta, y'all already know how we be is doing a little getting clapped right at the beginning of the game, y'all already know how we be is. A little tight Tuesday action, game bet comes down to the minute to the wall to the wire. This one really comes down to the minute to the wall to the wire, like, it's still low-key kind of like a mystery as to like how this is like fully working out over here, man. So I want to talk about the positives in this video, and I think I'm going to talk a little bit about the negatives in the next video. You know, I want to start off with the positivity over here in this video, man. Positive. Graphically, I like how this game looks. I like the aesthetic of this game. I like how it's going. I took off the motion blur out of everything. I don't really know why that was a preset. I don't think it's a good preset. But once you take off the motion blur, I think everything looks just like a lot clearer. I guess it's maybe more realistic to have the motion blur, but I don't know. I didn't really care for the motion blur, so it's whatever. So graphically, I like how it looks. I like how it runs in the beta. For the most part, it's been pretty flawless to me. I mean, the time to kill is so quick that there probably isn't even a chance or opportunity for there to be lag. But I like just the overall feel, aesthetic of it. Kind of the just the principle of it, like what the game like is trying to be. I think it really works out. I think it looks very good. Everything looks great. Sound-wise, you know, there's been a couple hiccups with like some graphical kind of stuff, some like weird like artifacts kind of stuff like popping up, like boxes and stuff. I don't know if we'll see it in this game. I think definitely for sure in the next game, but I'll point it out if it does like show up. Where like all of a sudden like people got like capes on, like just weird boxes that show up behind or in front of people. Not really the biggest fan of that, but that's beta. Whatever, you give it an excuse. If it happens in the real game, then I'll be like, what the hell is happening over here? So not the biggest deal about that. Acoustically, I really love how this game sounds. I think everything, even like to the reload stuff, to like the bullets like dropping, everything sounds so good in this game. It's a little bit loud in the beta, I feel like I've had to like pretty much, when I go from like Black Ops 4 to this game, I have to adjust my volume like a lot on my headset, because like this game is like very, very loud. The enemy footsteps I think are very good, which I think was like kind of an issue, like either the first beta, like the alpha where you couldn't hear anything. I feel like the footsteps are good here. Now there are some perks like that silence and stuff. Well, I guess it's not a perk, it's, I don't know, some tactical thing, whatever whatever like the equivalent of where this munition box is, whatever that's called. I don't really know the verbiage that well. There seems to be like a dead silence thing in there, so I haven't unlocked it yet, but I do want to try to check it out over there. But acoustically speaking, like, it sounds good, and I really can't wait. As I'm playing this, like, one of the things I've thought of is like, I cannot wait for the campaign. Like, I cannot wait for like them implementing this into a single person like experience. We didn't get the opportunity to have the campaign in Black Ops 4. We got Blackout instead. I thought it was a fair trade. I would have preferred both, but whatever. I get it. If we had to pick one, I'd pick Blackout. I've been playing Blackout like for, I don't know, a whole year now, like every day, like every week, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's a fair enough trade, but it's good to have that campaign back, and it's good to know that I'm going to be able to pop in a veteran campaign over here. Let it be 10, 12, 14 hours, whatever the hell it is, 8 hours. But I'm going to enjoy it, and I'm really looking forward to seeing kind of how it sounds and kind of how it feels, and graphically, like, really experiencing that. More positives. I like the way that the guns feel for the most part. There's some that kind of jump around a little bit too much, and you know, but I like the premise. Let me put it this way: I like the premise of how the guns feel, and also the gunsmith. And over here, I'm actually hearing some footsteps, but this is the first time I'd been in that building, so I wasn't sure like where these steps were. And I'm kind of like, I don't know, I hear somebody, I don't really know where, whatever. And that guy kind of just spawned and came up with it and clapped me. If I would have known the building, I maybe would have had a little bit of a better chance of actually surviving that. But I like the idea of like the gunsmith and kind of how you unlock like all these different attachments, and you're allowed to put on several things onto your gun, and that there's a ton of different like reflex sight options, for example, and stuff like that. I'm a little bit nervous as to how they balance all that. I don't know. I haven't gotten the feel in the beta if there's anything OP, but maybe that's also just because we haven't unlocked stuff that makes it OP, and maybe that's just the fact that like we haven't played it long enough to figure out what is OP. I'll walk you through my current setup right now that I'm kind of rolling with. I have I don't know the name of the things right now, but I have a perk that allows me to have 2 claymores. I'm rocking the claymores because no one really seems to be wearing the equivalent of like flakjack or anything like that, and I'm kind of able to like protect my back with that. Now the negative side, obviously, with the claymore is that like I have to stay alive for it to actually use. Even though I haven't said that, if you want to know one positive about the claymore, it lasts a long time even after you're dead. Like I've got a couple like kills after like, you know, post-death kills, aftermath kills, or whatever the hell they're called. That I'm kind of like, oh, word? Like, I got that kill? Like, I've been dead. Like, I'm just like, yo, like, I'm about to spawn back in. Like, I'm literally hitting X to spawn back in. and I get the kill. So the claymores, they're on there for a while. Like, it ain't just like oh, they disappear or whatever after you die. Maybe too much, honestly, but if you use them, it's positive. If you don't use them, then it's a negative. So I'm using the claymores, and I have a perk that allows me to put 2 of them down, which I thoroughly enjoy that. I believe there's one that replenishes the equipment. I haven't fully, like, understood that perk. I used it one game, and I couldn't, like, fully figure it out, but I like the one that gives you 2 right off the bat. You can kind of put down, like, some corners over there. Since there isn't any flying or anything like that, claymores to me are, like, back to being useful. Even though in an ideal world, and there's a class that kind of has it defaulted at the beginning, the C4 seems to work pretty damn good in this game. So I might be rocking that bad boy once the game actually starts, or the game actually releases. Otherwise, so I'm rocking that. I'm rocking Hardline. I'm glad Hardline's back as a perk, and no, like, nonsenses, no other versions. I don't need anything, like, crazy. Just Hardline, 1 less kill for each thing. That's it. Just your traditional basic Hardline. I don't need it to be like OP where 2 assists count as a thing. I don't want the score streak, whatever. I will say this. Well, I'll say that I'm only going positive this game, so I'll save that for the negative video tomorrow. I was gonna make a little bit of complaint there about the kill streak, score streak situation, but alas, tune in tomorrow. And then I forget what the other perk is that I'm even using. It's something basic. I don't know. Nothing really too crazy. And then the guns, I'm kind of rocking the MP7 a lot. A lot of these maps on the beta I feel like are kind of small. And I don't know, I really vibe with the MP7, and I kind of understand like its recoil and whatnot, and it's a gun that I've kind of been able to like master here. I have a suppressor on it, so I don't show up on the radar, but honestly, showing up on the radar isn't really the main concern of it. I just feel it helps me like calm down like the bullets. Obviously, they kind of die out and they don't go, I don't have the range that I would want to, and you'll see a lot of times in this video I kind of push that range to the max, like for example, like right here. Probably shouldn't be challenging this guy who has like an assault rifle, but you know, I wanted to give it a shot. I'm still kind of getting a feel for how far I can actually push this bad boy. So kind of have the suppressor to help calm down with that. And then a bunch of like attachments, you know, I got like a red dot, just a basic red dot, and a bunch of like attachments to just kind of help with the recoil of the gun. It's always like my main concern, just help with like the recoil and try to make this thing as close to a laser as possible as I can. The other gun I like is, I don't even remember, I think it might be the FAMAS, but I don't know, the 3 burst gun that kind of comes off of like the beginning, like the first default class. That's pretty solid too. It jumps around a little bit, but I feel like it's controllable and I can kind of like work with that. The AK-47 is like wild. Like I still don't understand how like much that thing jumps. But it's tough, right? Because there's so many attachments to these guns, you kind of have to play with them and kind of figure them out and whatnot. I probably should be doing that a little more in the beta. But the maps here, to me, feel so small that, or at least the way I'm playing them, make them feel so small that I'm pretty comfortable with like the submachine gun usage in this map. This map in particular, and just in general, and like all the maps. So that's kind of my setup. I'm pretty happy with it for right now. I've been trying out some other stuff. I really haven't tried out any snipers. I haven't tried out any shotguns. I've only really tried out the assault rifles, submachine guns, and that's kind of it. Double kill with a claymore, man. That's what's up, yo. I'm trying to think of any other like positives, man. It's fun. I'll save that one for tomorrow too, man. Because the time to kill to me is like the time to kill is cool in the sense that there is no lag and that like you, for the most part, feel that when you win a gunfight, you deserve to win a gunfight. When you lose the gunfight, you kind of deserve to lose a gunfight. But I've always been a higher time to kill kind of guy. I'd rather like just give me a chance to actually like play around with and stuff. So I don't know, a little bit tip for tat right there on that one. I'm looking over here. I'm like, yo, what's going on over here? By the way, although I missed a bunch of shots over here, the pistols as backups were pretty good. I feel like they're pretty fair. You kind of have to be good with it. Like, you can't just, like, spray and pray over there. I haven't really unlocked the deagle or anything. I imagine that thing's probably like a beast. I remember using it in the 2v2 mode, actually, and it was, like, pretty solid. But you do have to aim down sight with it pretty good and be accurate, which is fair. I'm cool with the pistols being kind of strong as long as it's, you know, fair that you have to like hit somebody with them in order to actually like do something with it over here. Game modes, I've really only kind of played TDM and Dom. I played a game of Ground War. Save that for the next video so you can kind of get my opinion on that, even though Ground War seems to be getting pretty good reviews. It'll be in my negative video tomorrow because I ain't a fan of that. TDM plays like TDM does. Dom plays like Dom. I like that there's an option of kind of a bigger Dom and a smaller Dom. That to me is pretty cool. I believe this is the bigger Dom version over here. I don't know how much it is. I don't know if it's 12v12, but it's definitely more than 6v6, and I think it's cool. And I haven't really played. I played like a game of Headquarters. I don't know about Headquarters. I don't like Headquarters, so I don't really care for it. The 2v2 mode, I didn't really get a chance to really talk about the alpha. I kind of went on vacation. I was going to put some videos up, and then honestly, I didn't really like the 2v2 mode, so I didn't put the videos out. I was like, I don't really feel like, in my mind, I played it like the day I was like leaving for vacation, and I was like, yo, I can put these videos up and give my opinion on it. And I was like, you know what? It's such a negative on it that I don't even want to like put it out there. Like, I don't even want to waste my time putting these like 2-minute videos just being like, yo, it's just trash. I guess we'll talk about the 2v2 mode a little bit tomorrow, man. So yeah, I'm kind of out of gas on the positives over here. Overall, if I had to give it, I'm gonna buy the game. I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna play it. But I kind of see myself, at least until they announce a Battle Royale mode, which I imagine that they will. I kind of see myself splitting my time between this and Blackout. You know, another weird thing is kind of hitting LB to heal up and not doing anything in this game. I'm like, oh, that's just like a Black Ops thing. That's my bad on that. I prefer the regen health. I think it should regen maybe a little bit quicker than it does in this game. I don't really like the black and white thing. Won't say that for them all. I just don't like the black and white when it goes to black and white. I think it's kind of cheesy. I prefer it if it like kind of went red and around the corners or something like that. But teach their own. That's not, that's not the biggest thing. But so we come up over here, man. Close game over here. I wasn't sure if we could actually like turn this around or whatnot. We come on to B. For some reason, no one throws anything on here. I put a claymore on. I'm like, all right, well, let's just protect that thing. I'm looking back over here. I'm like, all right, man. My man Elliot caps the other flag. We get that dub. You know what I'm saying over here? Oh, by the way, another positive. Crossplay. It's sick. I was playing with my man Elliot over here. He on the PS4, man. Playing very smooth, no issues at all, man. Crossplay, A+. The future is here. He was like, yo, the future is here. I was like, nah, man. This should have been like already like 1,000 years ago. Yo, this ain't the future. This is like just should have been. Shout out to Fortnite for forcing these guys to like make moves like this, man. But we managed to come out with the win over here. Tech Tuesday, dominate.